Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our presentation. My name is Azali Muklis and my partner is Novia Surya Marhayuning Tias. We are master degree students on English language teaching program at 11 Maret University. Basically, our research interest is related to technology enhanced language learning. That is why, in this occasion, we attempt to share what we got in our mini research related to technology in FL learning. Now, we promote to you one of technology tools that can be used in teaching and learning process, namely Edmodo. After conducting study, we cannot doubt for the fact that Edmodo was an amazing tool that completely gave an innovation in Indonesian EFL class. Innovation here means Edmodo disrupt the barrier where the learning process is restricted only in the classroom. Now we proceed to the next point, background of the study. There are several considerations that trigger the researcher to conduct study on Edmodo. First, the demand of 21st century education. Edmodo actually can fulfill the demand of 21st century. Nowadays, teachers are required to apply 21st century learning skills in teaching and learning process. And Edmodo can apply the skills such as communication skill. In this case, Edmodo provides discussion forum where teacher and students can communicate effectively. In addition, Edmodo gives the chance for students who are passive in the class to participate, giving their idea in discussing the lesson. And then collaboration skill. Teacher can ask students to work in group, and then each group has an Edmodo account. So the students can collaborate with their group in discussing the assignment posting by their teacher. And then skill in using technology for learning. It is expected that students can actively using technology and control the technology by themselves for the sake of the learning process. And then the second consideration is the gap of previous research in Indonesian context. In Indonesia, unfortunately, Edmodo hasn't been familiar for enhancing the quality of teaching and learning process because of lack of facilities and also slow digital adoption in schools. And then the third consideration, Edmodo fits the need of the students. Basically, the teacher must know that the students need to feel secure in learning process, because in the classroom there is peer and teacher pressure in learning process. So the students cannot focus on the lesson. But Edmodo provides friendly situation for students. That is why Edmodo is called as Facebook for education. And then the fourth consideration is Edmodo can be an effective tool to teach reading comprehension. So the teacher can post the text on Edmodo, and then students can practice comprehending main idea of the text and the generic structure of the text by discussing the assignment from teacher on Edmodo. And then the last consideration is there is a need to gain new insights regarding the use of Edmodo in EFL learning process. There is a need to learn from teacher and students' perception toward the use of Edmodo, and also its potential and challenge faced by them in the learning process. So based on the background of the study that I have mentioned, we formulated two research questions. Those are: what are teacher and students' perceptions toward the use of Edmodo? And then what are the potentials and challenges of using Edmodo on English reading subject? To answer the research questions, we utilized a qualitative descriptive design. It offers deep insights to see the issue experienced by the participants. Therefore, the description of potential and challenge in using Edmodo, as well as teachers' and students' perception, were explored deeply by using this method. And then, for getting the participant, the researcher used purposive sampling. So, the researcher intentionally selected the participant who can provide the best information to achieve the objective of the study. So the researcher made criteria in selecting the participant. So based on the result of the process, the participants of this study were one English teacher and 10 students of the third grade of SMP 17 Surakarta. Regarding research instrument, to avoid the bias, the researcher used triangulation to collect the data. Thus, the researcher collected the data from more than one instrument in order to make the data valid. The instruments used in this study included observation, documentation, and interview. The observation was done to observe the implementation of Edmodo in English reading class, particularly its potential and challenge of using the media. So the researcher used recorded the learning process, and then the next steps was documentation. So the researcher took the screen capture of Edmodo for document to show how to use Edmodo, and then the last step of this study was an interview. It was to seek the information about the perception of teachers and students toward the implementation of Edmodo.
Hello everyone, I am Novia Suryamaharni Diaz. I will continue the presentation that had been presented by my friend Azari Mukois. I will present the result and also the conclusion of our study. The result, the first is about the administration of Edmodo. Our study found that Edmodo can be accessed for free or without any purchase, and the teacher and student have to follow several steps to join. The first step is sign up by visiting www.edmodo.com and fill out the virtual registration form. After that, click the sign up button to complete the process. After the account was verified, the teacher has to create an online learning class to make the teaching and learning activities easier for the teacher to deliver notes, tasks, and also provide lunch for the student to have some communication and collaboration. The last step is the teacher will get group code that consists of number and letter in 6 digits that will be used by the student to enter the class, and therefore the online learning class can be started. This is in line with Wood and College 2007 in their study. They mentioned that educational networking site is basically a service provider that allows users to create online system and also online group network so that all the users in the group can interact with each other, share information, and build an ongoing virtual community. In other words, Edmodo can be appropriate to be implemented in teaching and learning activities. Then the next is about Edmodo implementation on EFL teaching and learning. There are potential and challenges that have to be faced by the teacher and also the student in implementing Edmodo on EFL teaching and learning. The potential, there are 7 potential of Edmodo implementation on EFL teaching and learning. The first is Edmodo is as useful and helpful tool to teach and learn EFL because it provides space for teaching and learning activities, and this signifies that this kind of teaching and learning platform has the easy way to operate or the usability since it has similarity with the Facebook account. The second one is Edmodo helps EFL teachers to control and maintain their students' learning. By using Edmodo, the teacher can easily control and maintain their student learning, whether in classroom, face-to-face instruction, and also in the distance. This may signify that the virtual class as a tool to teach in terms of blended learning approach. The third potential is Edmodo provides auto-grading system. It is beneficial for the teacher not only help them in teaching but also in assessing their student work. The teacher can give appraisement in the term of scores and also pages that can motivate the student to be active in the virtual class. And the fourth is Edmodo provides student progress and achievement overview. The teacher can control their student progress start from the first section until the last section in each semester. This is in line with Tsai and Earn 2009 that educational networking site can facilitate the teacher to pay attention on the students' reading comprehension competence. The fifth potential is Edmodo provides a learn for the students to have good communication with their teacher. The students can learn effectively toward English reading subject by getting guidance from the teacher and also using Edmodo as a learning media. By using Edmodo, they can have great interaction and great communication with the teacher by asking whatever they want to ask related to the EFL materials that have been posted by the teacher in the group or in the online learning class. The next is Edmodo provides student scores or student achievement transparency. The student can also monitor the teacher in examining their works. The student can know whether their work have been assessed or not by looking at their worksheet status. The worksheet status will be waiting to be graded if it has not been graded. The last potential is Edmodo can be accessed anytime and anywhere. This virtual teaching and learning platform provides great opportunities for the teacher and the student to learn or to teach more and more, whether in the classroom or outside the classroom, for example home. This is in line with CALFI 2012 that it helps the teacher and also the student to learn and practice outside the school or formal environment. The next is about the challenge. There are three challenges that have to be faced by the teacher and also the student. The first and the second is Edmodo requires internet connection and technology learning environment to access. This may show that even though Edmodo is free, but to access Edmodo outside school requires internet connection. So the teacher or the student have to buy internet package for their mobile phone or go to the internet cafe that money is needed. This is in line with ASMARI 2005 that one of the most influencing factors in using the low level of use internet connection, internet technology was the place to access. The third challenge is technology learning environment usage to access Edmodo can cause bad effect on health. This may indicate that the student or the teacher can get bad effect in their health if they are doing online learning on online teaching continuously. This is in line with Sugarman 2011 that even though there is no research show constant technology use causes any permanent vision damage, but staring at bright skin for hours on end can cause smaller scale problems such as dry eye or eye strain. Hence, this challenge can be overcome by having good time management regarding how long in using technology environments such as laptop, computer, or mobile phone. The last part is the conclusion. Considering the potential and challenge above, it can be concluded that Edmodo EFL teaching and learning platform can be engaged effectively to create innovative blended learning, especially in English reading subject. Besides, its implementation can be expected to meet the needs of EFL teachers and learners as it is proposed in the 21st century learning as well. That's all our presentation. We hope that this presentation will have good contribution on educational field, especially in the 21st century EFL teaching and learning. Have a good day.